What we're doing here is we're trying to make the frames. Usually when the frames are made, they kind of go together easy. You just put it together here and you nail it. But in this particular case, our frames are not exact match. The sideboard, I'll show you in a second. This sideboard doesn't go all the way in and it sticks out, which means it's going to be a little bit higher than the rest of the frames and won't fit in the box well. So what we're doing right now is we cutting this part a little bit down, so on the side it's a little bit deeper, so it can sit all the way in. You can sink all the way in. Then with a little bit of little knife, see, cleaning up. It has to be done very carefully because it's pine and it can crack and you can chip it very easy. Then we're going to cut this part a little bit and the middle part a little bit, because if you cut this bottom plank will sink in, but the middle, let me show you, but this middle will not let it sink deep enough. So we're going to cut a cavity a little bit deeper here and shave the top a little bit as well. It's a tedious work. My advice to you is, once you buy frames unassembled, assemble one frame right at the place where you buy it and see if it fits. I mean, you don't have to put nails in, but just take a look and see if it fits well. And if it doesn't, then either return it or ask for different frames. I bought frames from the same supplier, and this whole batch fitted perfectly, no problem. We're ready to nail it together. But the previous batch, and about 20 frames like that, they didn't fit, and it's actually a pain because I don't have time to drive back and return it, but we have a little bit of time. It's a snow day and we manually adjusting it, and it's tedious work. So that's it. That's how we shave a little bit extra. Very carefully. The knife has to be very sharp so you don't get the big piece of wood chipped out. Now see, we're cutting the middle part of the side plank a little bit because we cut the holes deeper, but the middle plank is not going to let the bottom plank sink deep enough. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. See what I meant when you have to be very careful, because we just broke a side plank. The best way to fix it is just replace the whole plank. And then you try to put it together and see if it matches. So now we're trying to see if it matches. Almost, just a little bit, a couple more millimeters and it'll match. So with that broken plank, we put this side inside the frame, so the outside looks perfect. And we're going to put the wood glue in there, just glue it together and nail it together, and this will properlize it. So I don't see any big problem. And it is a medium frame, it's not deep, which means it's not going to hold a ton of honey or wood. It's not going to be too heavy, and it'll hold together pretty well. Yeah, it mismatches. It's our last frame out of big batch of mismatched planks, and my advice to you is check a frame from a supplier, and if you buy different batches at different times, check every batch so you'll have nice frames and you don't have to go through a hassle adjusting each plank.